Something is shifting inside you right now, even if you cannot yet name it. You feel it in the quiet moments. A small, persistent whisper that says there is more waiting for you than what you have been living. You are not imagining this. You are not being dramatic. You are simply becoming aware of something that has always been true. Your body, your mind, and your spirit were designed to heal, to restore, and to renew themselves over and over again. For as long as you live, you may have spent years believing that healing only comes from outside of you, that it has to be given to you, prescribed to you, delivered to you by someone else. And there is real comfort and real wisdom in the support of others that will never be taken away from you. But underneath all of that support, there is another layer, quieter and older, that most people never learn to listen to. It is the layer where your own inner intelligence lies. The part of you that beats your heart without being asked. The part of you that knits your skin back together after the smallest cut without a single conscious thought from you. That intelligence has never once abandoned you. It has been working for you since before you took your first breath, and it is working for you still, right now, as you read these words. This is not about replacing anything you have chosen for your well-being. This is about remembering the parts of healing that so many people have forgotten how to access. The parts that live in your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, and the quiet stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you deserve. Because whether you have realized it or not, those stories shape more of your life than you have ever been told. You are being invited today into a different way of relating to your own body and your own life. Not a demand, not a rule, an invitation. And you are free, as you always have been, to take from this only what feels true and gentle and right for you. So take a breath. Let your shoulders soften wherever you are. You do not have to hold yourself so tightly anymore. For the next little while, there is nowhere else you need to be and nothing else you need to do. This time belongs only to you. There is a hidden truth that very few people ever discover, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. The truth is this: your body has been listening to you your entire life. Every thought you repeat becomes a message. Every belief you hold becomes an instruction. Every emotion you feel becomes a chemical conversation happening in every cell. You have been in dialogue with your own body for as long as you have been alive, whether or not you knew you were speaking. Most people were never taught this. They were taught to see the body as separate from the mind, as a machine to be managed from the outside, disconnected from feeling, disconnected from belief, disconnected from love. And so many people go through their whole lives speaking harshly to their own bodies, criticizing them, blaming them, ignoring their signals, and then wondering why they feel so tired, so heavy, so out of alignment. If this describes even a small part of your life, there is no shame in it. You were simply never shown another way. And today, gently, you are being shown one. Picture, if you will, a golden light beginning to glow somewhere in the center of your chest. It is warm, soft, alive. It does not ask anything of you. It is simply there, the way it has always been there, waiting patiently for your attention to return to it. As you imagine this light, let it begin to expand, slowly, like the first rays of a sunrise spreading across a still horizon. Golden light touching your shoulders, golden light moving down through your arms, golden light filling your chest, your stomach, your hips, your legs, all the way down to the soles of your feet. You are being illuminated from within, because that light was never given to you from outside. It has always been yours. As you sit inside this light, let yourself receive one simple, quiet truth: I am safe. Not because everything outside of you is perfect, not because every circumstance has resolved itself, but because inside of you, there is a place that no circumstance can ever fully disturb. That place has been there through every hard year, every disappointment, every version of yourself you have outgrown. It is there now. I am safe. Many people remain stuck for a very long time, not because they lack effort, and not because they lack intelligence, but because they are unknowingly repeating old patterns of thought that were given to them long before they had the ability to question them. A tired sentence, spoken once by someone tired themselves, can echo for decades inside a person's mind, shaping how they see their own worth, their own body, their own capacity to feel well. You did not choose those first sentences, but you are allowed, starting today, to choose new ones. This is where your power truly lives, not in controlling every outcome, not in forcing life to move faster than it is ready to move, but in the quiet, steady practice of choosing what you think, what you believe, and what you allow to settle into your heart. This does not happen all at once. It happens breath by breath, day by day, thought by gentle thought. And it is happening for you already, simply because you are here, listening to these words. Let yourself imagine a river now, moving steadily beneath a wide open sky. Notice how the river does not force its way forward. It does not fight the land it moves through. It simply flows, finding the path of least resistance, carving new ground slowly and surely over time. Your healing can move like this river. It does not need to be forced. It does not need to be rushed. It only needs your willingness to keep flowing, gently, toward the life you are meant to live. I release what no longer serves me. Let that sentence settle into your body now, not as a performance, but as a quiet permission. You do not have to carry every old wound at full weight forever. You do not have to keep proving your pain to anyone, including yourself. You are allowed to set some of it down, a little at a time, the way a river releases stones along its bed without ever losing its own momentum. There was once a person, perhaps someone very much like you, who spent years feeling disconnected from their own body. They pushed through exhaustion because they believed rest had to be earned. They ignored small signals of discomfort because they believed their needs were less important than everyone else's. For a long time, their inner world was filled with static, with noise, with a constant low hum of not enough. And then, slowly, almost by accident, they began to notice something. On the mornings they spoke gently to themselves instead of critically. Their whole day felt different. On the nights they thanked their body instead of blaming it, their sleep felt deeper. Nothing outside of them had changed, but something inside of them had begun, quietly, to shift. That shift did not happen because of a single dramatic moment. It happened because of 1,000 small moments of choosing a kinder thought over and over, until kindness became familiar again. This is available to you too. It always has been. I trust life. Even in this moment, even with whatever uncertainty you are carrying, some part of you can begin to trust that life is not working against you. Life has been trying, in its own quiet way, to bring you back to balance, back to peace, back to yourself. Sometimes that process looks like struggle before it looks like relief, but struggle is not evidence that you are being punished. Often, it is simply evidence that something old is finally ready to move. Picture now an open door, standing at the end of a long hallway, sunlight pouring through it in soft golden beams. You do not know exactly what lies beyond that door, and that is all right. You are not required to see the whole path before you are allowed to walk it. You are only asked to take the next step, and then the one after that. As you imagine walking toward the door, feel your body growing lighter with every step, as though old weight is dissolving into the light around you. When you reach the doorway, pause there for a moment. Feel the warmth on your skin. Feel the invitation in the air. This door represents a new chapter of your life, one that is already beginning. Whether you have consciously noticed it yet or not, I welcome new possibilities. Say this quietly to yourself and notice how your body responds. Notice if there is resistance, and if there is, that is all right too. Resistance is not failure. It is simply an old protective habit, doing what it was trained to do. You do not need to fight your resistance. You only need to keep gently returning to the truth beneath it, that you are allowed good things, that you are allowed ease, that you are allowed to feel well. So much of what people call healing is really just the slow return to self-trust, trusting your own instincts again, trusting your own capacity to know what you need, trusting that your body, given the right conditions of rest, nourishment, kindness, and belief, knows how to move itself back toward balance. This trust is not naive. It is ancient. It has been passed down through every living thing that has ever repaired itself after injury, every plant that has grown back after being cut, every dawn that has followed even the longest night. I am worthy of good things. Let this settle over you now, like warm sunlight falling across your shoulders on a calm morning. You do not have to earn worthiness through suffering. You do not have to prove yourself through exhaustion. You were worthy the moment you arrived in this world, and nothing that has happened since then has ever actually changed that, no matter what old stories might try to tell you otherwise. Imagine now a quiet garden, tended gently over time. Some of the plants in this garden are old and strong, having grown for years in steady soil. Others are new, small, still finding their way toward the light. Your inner world is very much like this garden. Some beliefs have been growing in you for a long time, and they will not be uprooted overnight. But new beliefs can be planted beside them, watered patiently, given sunlight and attention, until one day, without any single dramatic moment, you notice that the garden has changed. The old growth has softened. The new growth has taken hold, and the whole garden feels different to walk through. I am becoming stronger every day, not through force, not through struggle, but through the quiet accumulation of small, repeated choices to believe in your own capacity for renewal. Every time you choose a gentler thought over a harsh one, you are watering that garden. Every time you allow yourself a moment of rest instead of pushing through, you are watering that garden. Every time you speak to your body with appreciation instead of criticism, you are watering that garden. You may not see the results immediately. Gardens rarely bloom the day they are watered, but they do bloom. They always do, in their own time. There is a particular kind of peace that becomes available to you once you stop fighting your own life and start cooperating with it instead. This is not passivity. It is not giving up. It is the deep exhale that comes when you finally stop bracing against everything and allow yourself to be gently held by the process of your own becoming. I choose peace, even here, even now, even with whatever remains unresolved in your life at this moment. Peace is not the absence of challenge. Peace is the presence of trust in the middle of challenge. And that trust is something you can begin building today, one breath, one thought, one gentle choice at a time. Let your awareness move now to a mountain, tall and steady against a clear sky. Notice how the mountain does not resist the weather that moves across it. Storms come, and the mountain remains. Snow falls, and the mountain remains. Sunlight returns, and the mountain remains. The mountain does not need the weather to be perfect in order to hold its own shape, and neither do you. You can be moved by what happens in your life without being destroyed by it. You can feel the winds of difficulty without losing your own foundation. That foundation, steady and unshaken beneath every storm, has always been part of you. I trust the journey ahead. You do not need every answer today. You do not need to see the entire mountain path from where you are standing right now. You only need to trust with every step you take. More will be revealed exactly when you are ready for it. This has always been how growth works for every person who has ever walked a path toward a better version of their life. As you continue to breathe here, gently, let yourself imagine a calm morning, mist rising softly off of still water, birds beginning their first quiet songs of the day. There is something sacred about beginnings. Every single day offers you one, whether or not you have taken advantage of that gift before. You are allowed to begin again, today, in this very moment, with the same tenderness you would offer someone you love deeply. I am open to receive. So many people spend their lives in a posture of giving, without ever allowing themselves to receive in return. Not just gifts or attention from others, but rest, ease, joy, and healing itself. If you recognize yourself in this, take a slow breath now and let yourself imagine opening your hands, palms turned upward, as though preparing to receive something precious. You do not have to grasp for it. You do not have to chase it down. You only have to remain open, soft, and willing to let it arrive. There is an old kind of tiredness that many people carry, one that no amount of sleep alone can fully resolve, because it is not only physical. It is the tiredness of holding tension in the body for years without release. It is the tiredness of unspoken grief, of swallowed words, of emotions that were never given permission to move through and out. Your body remembers everything you have ever felt, even the feelings you did not have words for at the time. And your body is also endlessly willing to release what it has been holding, the moment you give it safety and permission to do so. I release what I have been holding. Let this be true for you now, even gently, even just a little. You do not need to relive every old moment in order to release its weight. You only need to acknowledge, softly, that you are ready to set it down. Imagine, if it helps, that same golden light from earlier moving now through every place in your body where tension has quietly gathered. Your jaw, your shoulders, your chest, your stomach. Let the light dissolve what no longer needs to stay. Healing is rarely a straight line. It moves in spirals, circling back through familiar territory again and again, but each time from a slightly higher vantage point, with slightly more understanding, slightly more compassion for yourself than you had the time before. If you find yourself facing something that feels familiar, something you thought you had already worked through, this does not mean you have failed. It means you are being given another opportunity to meet that old pain with new wisdom. I am gentle with myself. This is one of the most powerful sentences you will ever say to yourself, and one of the most quietly revolutionary. In a world that often rewards harshness, self-criticism, and relentless pushing, choosing gentleness with yourself is an act of real courage. It is not weakness. It is the foundation upon which every lasting kind of strength is built. Let your mind rest now on an infinite horizon, the place where the sky and the earth seem to meet and blend into one another. There is no end point visible from here, only openness, only possibility stretching outward in every direction. Your life, too, holds more possibility than you have yet been able to see from where you are standing. The limits you believe in are, more often than not, simply the edges of what you have experienced so far, not the edges of what is actually possible for you. I welcome healing on every level of my being: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. Every layer of you is deeply interconnected with every other layer. When your thoughts soften, your body often softens with them. When your body finds a little more ease, your emotions often find a little more ease as well. You are not a collection of separate, disconnected parts. You are one whole, continuously communicating being, capable of far more coordinated renewal than most people have ever been taught to believe. Consider, gently, how differently your day might unfold if you began each morning with appreciation instead of dread. Not forced positivity, not pretending everything is perfect. Simply a quiet moment of acknowledging one small thing your body has done for you without being asked. The breath that filled your lungs without instruction. The heart that beat steadily through the night while you slept. The eyes that opened this morning to let in the light of a brand new day. These are not small things. They are quiet miracles that have simply become so familiar that most people forget to notice them at all. I am grateful for this body that carries me through my life. Say this and let yourself actually feel it, even briefly. Gratitude has a way of softening the nervous system, of signaling safety to every cell, of opening a doorway that criticism and fear tend to keep firmly shut. You do not need your body to be perfect in order to be grateful for it. You only need to notice, honestly, everything it has already done simply to keep you here, alive, breathing, capable of change. There is a sacred space inside of you that nothing external can ever fully reach or disturb. Some people call it the soul, some call it inner peace, some call it simply the quiet place. Whatever word you choose, you have likely felt it before. In a moment of stillness, in a moment of unexpected beauty, in a moment when everything outside of you fell away, and you simply, briefly, felt whole. That space has never left you. It cannot be taken from you. It has only ever been waiting for you to remember the way back to it. I return to my inner peace. Whenever life feels loud, whenever your thoughts feel scattered, whenever old fear tries to convince you that nothing is safe, you can return here to this sacred inner space simply by choosing to breathe, to soften, and to remember that beneath every storm, this quiet place has remained steady and untouched. As you continue to rest in this awareness, let yourself imagine warm sunlight settling across your entire body, the way it falls across a garden after a long season of rain. This light is not asking anything of you. It is simply here, offering warmth, offering nourishment, offering the quiet reminder that growth is always possible, even after the hardest seasons, even after the coldest winters of the heart. I am becoming who I was always meant to be. This is not a distant, unreachable destination. It is a gentle unfolding, happening in you right now, in this very moment, in every quiet choice you make to think a little more kindly, to feel a little more safely, to trust a little more deeply in your own capacity for renewal. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be in order to take the next gentle step forward. Let yourself imagine, one more time, that clear open sky stretching endlessly above you. Notice how much space is there. Notice how much room there is for new thoughts, new beliefs, new possibilities that have not yet even occurred to you. Your life has far more room in it than the old, tired stories ever allowed you to believe. And every day, simply by choosing thoughts that align with peace instead of fear, with trust instead of doubt, with self-compassion instead of self-criticism, you are expanding that space a little more. I am safe to let go of old fear. This does not mean fear will never visit you again. It means that when it does, you will have a new way of meeting it, not with resistance, not with shame, but with the quiet understanding that fear is simply an old part of you trying, in its own clumsy way, to keep you safe. You can thank that part of you gently, and then choose to move forward anyway, guided now by trust instead of old alarm. Notice, as you sit here, how your breathing has likely slowed since you began. This is not an accident. Your body has been listening this whole time, responding to every gentle word, every soft image, every quiet affirmation, the way it always responds when given the chance to feel safe. This is proof, right now, in this very moment, of exactly what has been true all along. Your body is always listening, always responsive, always capable of moving toward greater ease the moment you offer it the conditions to do so. I am worthy of rest, not rest that has to be earned through exhaustion, not rest that only comes after collapse. Simple, ordinary, everyday rest, offered to yourself as a basic form of self-respect. You do not have to prove your worth through how much you can endure. Your worth was never up for debate in the first place. Imagine now a quiet river once more, moving through a wide, sunlit valley. Somewhere along this river, there is a smooth stone resting on the bank. A stone that has been shaped over many years, not through force, but through the slow, patient touch of moving water. This is how transformation truly happens, not through violence against yourself, not through harsh demands, but through the same gentle, persistent, patient attention that shapes a stone by a river. A little softening here, a little rounding there, until one day the whole shape has changed, without ever once needing to be broken. I am gently transforming into a more whole version of myself. Let this be true without pressure, without a deadline, without comparison to anyone else's timeline. Your becoming is yours alone. It does not need to look like anyone else's healing in order to be valid. It only needs to be honest, and it already is, simply because you are here, present, willing, listening. There will be days ahead when old doubts return, when old patterns whisper that nothing has really changed. On those days, remember this moment. Remember the golden light. Remember the river, the mountain, the open door, the quiet garden. Remember that transformation is rarely loud. It is usually quiet, steady, and cumulative, revealing itself only in hindsight, when you look back one day and realize you are no longer who you used to be. I trust the unfolding of my life, even the parts you cannot yet see, even the timing you do not yet understand. Life has its own intelligence, the same intelligence that grows a seed into a tree, that turns a caterpillar into something entirely new, that heals a wound slowly, layer by layer, until the skin is whole again. You are part of that same intelligence. You always have been. As we begin to gently close this time together, take one more slow breath in and let it out even more slowly than it came in. Feel your body, resting, supported, held. Nothing about this moment requires you to be anywhere other than exactly where you are. Know this, as certainly as you know your own name, your transformation has already begun. Not tomorrow, not someday, now in this very moment, simply because you were willing to listen, willing to imagine, willing to open yourself, even briefly, to a gentler way of relating to your own life. You are supported, even in the moments you feel most alone. You are capable, even in the moments you feel most uncertain. You are worthy exactly as you are, without needing to change a single thing about yourself first. Good things are already moving quietly towards you, even now, even before you can see any evidence of them. And a new chapter of your life, softer, kinder, more whole, is already beginning to open, page by gentle page. I am safe. I trust life. I release what no longer serves me. I welcome new possibilities. I am worthy of good things. I choose peace. I am becoming stronger every day. I trust the journey ahead. Carry these words with you, not as a demand, but as a quiet companion, ready whenever you need to return to them. Perhaps, in the days ahead, you will notice small signs that something has shifted, a moment where you catch yourself speaking to your own body with more patience than before. A morning where you wake and, before reaching for your phone, simply breathe and notice how it feels to be alive. A conversation where you find yourself a little less defensive, a little more at ease, a little more willing to let things be as they are instead of fighting to control every outcome. These small signs matter far more than they seem to. They are the quiet evidence that the inner work you have begun today is already taking root. You do not need to force any of this to happen faster than it is ready to happen. Growth that is rushed rarely lasts, but growth that is given time, patience, and gentle repetition tends to become part of who you are, woven so deeply into your daily life that one day you will not even remember choosing it. It will simply be how you live. Let yourself imagine, one final time, standing at the edge of that quiet garden from earlier, the one tended patiently over time. Notice how much has already changed since you first imagined it. The light is a little warmer now. The soil feels a little softer beneath your feet. Somewhere nearby, something new is beginning to bloom. Something you may not have even noticed you had planted. This is what patient, gentle transformation looks like. It rarely announces itself. It simply grows, quietly, faithfully, season after season, until one day the whole landscape of your life looks different from how it once did. I am allowed to grow at my own pace. There is no race here. There is no deadline by which you must have healed completely, thought perfectly, or become someone entirely new. There is only the next gentle breath, the next kind thought, the next small act of trust in your own unfolding. That is enough. It has always been enough. If today all you did was pause, breathe, and allow yourself to imagine a kinder relationship with your own life, that is not a small thing. That is the beginning of everything. Many of the deepest transformations in a person's life did not begin with a dramatic event. They began exactly like this, with a quiet willingness to listen, to soften, to consider that perhaps life is not something to be endured, but something to be gently, steadily welcomed. As this time together comes to a close, take one more breath, slow and easy, and let your awareness settle fully back into the room around you, into the day ahead of you, into the life that is still, even now, quietly reshaping itself in your favor. You are not the same as you were when this began. Something soft and important has shifted, even if you cannot yet put words to exactly what it is. You are supported, even in the moments you feel most alone. You are capable, even in the moments you feel most uncertain. You are worthy, exactly as you are, without needing to change a single thing about yourself first. Good things are already moving quietly towards you, even now, even before you can see any evidence of them. And a new chapter of your life, softer, kinder, more whole, is already beginning to open, page by gentle page. I am safe. I trust life. I release what no longer serves me. I welcome new possibilities. I am worthy of good things. I choose peace. I am becoming stronger every day. I trust the journey ahead. And whenever you feel ready, know that there is always more waiting for you here. More gentleness, more understanding, more of this quiet, steady light, guiding you softly toward the life you were always meant to live.